Welcome to How to Manifest Gigs, Power, and Fame. Today's episode is the psychology of fear, a deep, grounded look at how fear shapes your decisions, your confidence, and your path into the entertainment industry. Now entering the mic, your host, your entertainment coach, and author, Ruth M. James.
Thank you, Andrew, and welcome to my clients, my listeners, and every entertainment professional tuning in today. My name is Ruth M. James, as Andrew shared. I am an entertainment coach and author. Several years ago, I wrote the entertainment book titled How to Manifest Gigs, Power, and Fame. It became the backbone of my podcast. For more than 20 years, I've lived and worked in film, television, radio, stage, theater, and coaching. I've seen fear in pretty much every form when it comes to entertainment, careers, and others, and in myself as well. Fear of starting, fear of failing, fear of succeeding, fear of being seen, fear of being forgotten. Today, we're going to take a look at career fear. Not run from it, not hide from it, understand it a bit better, and then learn how to move through it. What fear really is, fear is not weakness, fear is biology. Fear is your brain trying to protect you. But your brain doesn't know the difference between danger and discomfort, between a life-threatening moment and an audition that can feel like a life-threatening moment when you have worked so hard getting ready for the audition. However, fear cannot tell the difference between a predator and a pitch meeting. When fear enters your mind, your heart races, your breath shortens, your thoughts scatter, not because you're unprepared, but because your brain thinks you're unsafe. In entertainment, fear becomes a constant companion, but it doesn't have to be the one driving the car. Fear and the entertainment industry. Fear shows up the moment you consider entering this industry. It whispers, what if you're not good enough? What if you embarrass yourself? What if you fail? Do you really want to put yourself out there? What will your family and friends say? What if you have no talent? What if you succeed and can't handle it? Fear is creative. It will invent 1,000 reasons to keep you still, but fear is not a prophecy. Fear is a story, and stories can be rewritten. What is the psychology of fear? Okay, I am going to get a little medical and technical. If you want more information on how the following works, you can do more research. Let's talk briefly about where fear lives and starts in the body. Fear lives in the amygdala part of the brain. The definition of the amygdala, according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, states that the amygdala is one of the 4 basal ganglia in each cerebral hemisphere that is part of the limbic system and consists of an almond-shaped mass of gray matter in the anterior extremity of the temporal lobe. I admit I got lost in that definition also. I found a quote that helped me understand it from a simpler perspective. The following is from Rabbi Bruce D. Foreman in the Sun Sentinel, dated 25 March. 2026, quote, when the brain perceives threat or stress, a small structure called the amygdala activates the body's alarm system, end quote. The amygdala reacts fast. It reacts hard. It reacts without thinking. In relationship to an entertainment meeting or appointment, it doesn't ask, is this audition or pitch dangerous? It simply says, unknown, alert. Fear thrives in uncertainty. Fear thrives in visibility. Fear thrives in vulnerability. And entertainment requires all 3. That was quite an earful of important information. How about we take a short break, and I will meet you on the other side.
This episode is brought to you by the Entertainment Resource Library, a membership space designed to support your creative journey. Inside, you'll find workbooks, worksheets, meditations, grounding practices, and a directory of over 200 entertainment associations. Affordable, accessible, created for your next breakthrough. Join anytime. Now, back to your host, Ruth M. James.
Welcome back. Let's continue with our exploration of fear and how it can control and impact your career. Fear doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it disguises itself as logic. Sometimes it pretends to be practicality. Sometimes it shows up as procrastination or perfectionism or endless preparation. I have a client who is a stage performer. She has been getting ready for her getting out on stage to do her routine and getting ready and getting ready. I finally realized that she was afraid that she would have to do more on stage than she thought she was capable of doing. Fear says, "Let me protect you." But what it really means is, "Let me limit you." How fear is overcome. Fear cannot be eliminated, but fear can be mastered. Fear softens when you move toward it. Fear weakens when you breathe through it. Fear dissolves when you take one small step. Fear transforms when you choose courage over comfort. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is movement in the presence of fear. Your future you. Imagine the version of you who has already overcome fear. The version who walks into rooms with grounded confidence. The version who trusts their talent. The version who no longer negotiates with doubt. That version of you is real. That version of you is waiting. Fear is temporary. Your purpose is permanent. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is your teacher. Fear is your invitation to rise. You are capable. You are powerful. You are worthy of every aligned opportunity. You can do this because you got this.
Thank you for joining us at How to Manifest Gigs, Power and Fame. Ruth M. James will be back next week with a new topic. See you then. The information in this podcast is for educational and motivational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional advice, and no specific results are promised or guaranteed. Your success depends on your own decisions, actions, and circumstances. By listening to this show, you agree that all choices and outcomes are your responsibility. A Ruth M. James production.